So we are continuing our Python class, and in our Python class we are learning basic data types, and here we are discussing the difference between double quote versus single quote versus triple quote in strings. Suppose you have to print a statement: John Keats said a thing of beauty is a joy forever. This is a very old saying by John Keats, and you have to print this. But in this string, you can see that because it's a direct speech or something, so in such cases, double quote is already there in the string. Okay, so let's say we define a variable like quote. So here quote is the variable, and we will put everything inside double quotes. So usually we can define a string value, we can assign a string value with double quotes or single quotes, but here the double quotes is the part of a string. So for this case, using a single quote will be a better option. Okay, and to print a variable, we write print and variable name. Okay, so this is a simple Python code where we have just stored a direct speech inside a variable, and to run this you will just hit here. So you can see the output is now printed. So basically it will consider that the starting of the string is with this single quote, and that's why it will look for its end also in the single quote. Okay, and that's why it is giving us an output like this. So this is an example where if your string contains double quotes, you can use single quotes. This is one way of doing it. Okay, now another easy way, from here we can insert another code cell. Now let's say there is another statement, there is another string which you have to print, and that is this is Kuldeep's pen. Okay, so here you can see, you can when you will start with a single quote, so the apostrophe is part of your string, right? This apostrophe is part of your string, and this applies to SQL also, this applies to many other things. Okay, that when apostrophe is part of your string, because it's a apostrophe s, right? So here you can see it will give you an error, syntax error, because it is thinking that the string has started at this point and ended at this point. So that's why this part is black. Okay, it is only, it makes the valid string in red color, right? So here it will think that it's an error. And again, simple change that we can do, we can use double quotes to enclose this string, and now this will be a simple output. Okay, now suppose there is another statement: Kuldeep said this is Amit's book. This can also be a statement, right? In this statement, you can see Kuldeep said this is Amit's book. Okay, so if you will try to put it inside a double quote, you will get an error because double quote is part of the string. If you will try to put it in a single quote, then also you will get an error because single quote is also part of the string. So let's try triple quote. Okay, so we start with triple quote, we end with triple quote, and I'm just giving a space so that it is clear. Okay, and what if we print a string this time? So when you will print this, it will be printed. This is one way of doing it. Okay, so if your string is containing both double quotes in single quotes and everything, inside triple quotes you can define a string. So this is something that obviously it may be there in other programming languages also, but I have seen only in Python that there is a single quote. So you can define strings inside a single quote. A string is a, you know, collection of characters. So it is a sequence of characters. Here also you can see, and here in triple quote you can simply define this. Now there is a more professional way of doing this. Okay, let's say our code is this. So we can always start with double because obviously double quote is the best type of way of declaring a string. And when a double quote comes inside a string, okay, you will just put backslash. Here also it comes, we will just put backslash. Okay, when we will put backslash, so Python's code will simply ignore this and consider it as a string value. So if you will write it like this and print q, so this will also give you the output. Okay, and here you can see this is coming. So wherever your apostrophes are coming, you can just put this. In this case, maybe it is giving us an output like this. So that's why I said whatever way is more easy for you, okay, like this. And in most of the cases, string will have only as apostrophe in most of the cases. But if it has these things, then you have to use this escape backslash so that you can escape it. Okay. So this is a simple example of using double quote, triple quote, or use single quote, or using this backward slash to escape something. Okay. Now in the next chapter we will continue our discussion of Python.